Daniel is one of the most exciting books of the Bible. I mean, there are other exciting books, but Daniel is a prophet that is in the promised land. He's going to be taken away into exile as a young man. He's going to live through the exile, and then he'll live into the time that the children of Israel are able to return to the promised land in smaller numbers, and Ezra and Nehemiah take over there. We've already talked about them. But in Daniel, we have Daniel in the lion's den. That's pretty exciting. We have Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They get thrown into the fiery furnace. So exciting times in the book of Daniel. And then the prophetic times of numbers that are spoken, and when Christ is going to return, when the children of Israel are going to return to their promised land. So it's a real challenging time. And so we'll go to chapter 9 because we want to hear about the Lord Jesus Christ. And we hear about him in verse 25 and 26, where it says, "So you are to know and discern that from the issuing of a decree to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until Messiah the Prince, there will be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. It will be built again with plaza and moat, even in times of distress. Then, after the 62 weeks, the Messiah will be cut off and have nothing, and the people of the prince who is to come and will destroy the city and the sanctuary. And its end will come with a flood. Even to the end there will be war. Desolations are determined." You know, we probably could even say pandemics are determined, because our pandemic has been a bit of a desolation. Isn't this an exciting thing? Yesterday we looked at Ezekiel, and we know the prince had to provide the sacrifice. And so we know that Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace. And so what do we have today? The prince. Who is that? We call him here Messiah the Prince. So when the children of Israel would read something like this, I suppose they would think that Rome was going to be destroyed, the Messiah was going to come, and they were looking forward to the coming Messiah. Rome was destroyed. The Messiah did come. They just had it in the wrong order. And we do that often. I mean, we make plans, and it's good to make plans, but they don't come across and don't happen the way we often plan them to happen. But this was said that the temple will be rebuilt. It happened. It happened during Daniel's lifetime that the children of Israel were able to return. And then it talks about these weeks, 62 weeks. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to help you understand what that means, because I can't even help myself understand what that means. There were the 70 weeks that passed, and the children of Israel were delivered, and the Messiah came. And when the Messiah came, then Jerusalem was going to be destroyed again. 70 AD, Titus came in. Rome just destroyed the place. And then Rome was destroyed. So we can see a lot of destruction here. In fact, those last 3 words, desolations are determined. And that's good, because we know who they're determined by. They are determined by God himself. There is hope. There is deliverance. Jesus Christ is the Messiah, the Prince. We always have the anointed one that is ever before us, in whom we hope, in whom we delight. Daniel saw that in his day and was sustained. Can we see that in our days and be sustained? Can we know that if God be for us, who can be against us? The Lord be magnified.